Got my eye on you. Don't do anything stupid.
So lads, I have to be honest, I like Fallout 3. Like, I know it seems cool lately to hate on it, but I enjoy it, I think it's good. I mean, how could you not? It's got cool locations, quests, and it even has Liam Neeson. What more could you want? It might not be my favourite Fallout game, because Fallout 2 is, but I still come back to this game every now and again. And I figured for this video I would mess around with some of Fallout 3's settings to make the game really look at its best. So here I am in Megaton with all of the settings maxed. It might still look a bit blurry because look, I don't have the best monitor, but it looks marginally better than it did on my PS3 in 2008. So my character is wearing a fedora because I hear that's all the rage in fashion these days and all the ladies love it. I think he looks very sharp, his mom thinks he's handsome. And with the max settings, I think this game holds up decently well. The textures are sharp and the view distance is pretty impressive, honestly. The only thing that doesn't seem to hold up well is some of the NPCs. I mean, they are Bethesda NPCs, so we shouldn't be expecting much, to be honest. So the only real criticism I have is the awful green filter that this game puts over everything. It just looks ugly and I never like it, you know? I mean, this game is already brown enough and they thought, what else could we add? Green. Great. Luckily the filter can be removed with mods, but I'm just judging the base game here, you know? So the next step was to put the game down to medium settings and see how that turns out. I also turned down the resolution to 720p to get that authentic 2008 experience. And it was honestly a stark drop in quality. Like, I was expecting the visuals to degrade, but not by this much. It's already becoming a blurry mess that makes things really difficult to make out. My eyes would definitely start to get strained if I tried to look at this for a long time. The details in the objects and the NPCs are immediately apparent if you try to get up close. I expected a drop for medium, but like not this much. It kind of surprised me. The sheriff here in Megaton wanted me to disarm the bomb, so I figured why not put my college dropout engineering skills to use. I think I was making steady progress, but the residents of Megaton, yeah, they weren't too happy. They may have gotten caught in the blast, but that's their own fault for standing there. Luckily, it was self-defense when they started to attack me, so no laws were broken. But it's nice to know I can have a steady frame rate while going on a huge murder spree, you know, so that's something. What else is there to do during lockdown? Make some banana bread? Yeah, you do that. Have a great time. Enjoy it. And after I was done being a model citizen, I figured the next step would be to drop the game to its lowest preset. So I made my own way over to the settings and dropped the quality to its lowest. I even dropped down the resolution for some good measure, and immediately it's giving me nostalgia of playing this game on my old Intel HD integrated laptop. And the first thing that pops out to me is the view distance. Get it? Popped out. Like, it's crazy short, with anything in the background just being fog. My fedora wearing Vault Dweller was looking worse for wear. I'll be honest in saying that the texture drop wasn't as bad as I thought it would be. It's definitely not as bad as Oblivion at the lowest settings. I would still consider this playable if I was 10 and had like no other options. Once again, the town wasn't very receptive of my attempts of takeover, but look, everyone needs a hobby in these times, you know. So overall, this is the lowest that the game's settings can possibly go. Well, the lowest they can go without changing some of the settings in the game's .ini files. So I went ahead and changed one simple line in this file. It was this line right here, and all I had to do was set the value from 2 to 10. And that's it. It's only a small change. How bad could it be? What sort of graphical changes can this produce? Well, this is the result of our handiwork. Doesn't it just look gorgeous? It looks like the Joker exploded over this place. The robot outside has definitely seen better days. It's nice that it at least brought some colour to the wasteland, you know, instead of just brown and green. My Fedora man just became more cursed, if you can even believe it. He looks awful. And the Pip-Boy has just become impossible to use. It's so bright that you can barely make out the text. It's there, but you really have to strain your eyes to see it. So the bullets from our guns are just squares now. It looks like every 3D independent game ever. The entirety of Megaton is just this brown and purple mess. The NPCs aren't running away from me. They're running away from the cursed world I have brought them into. I mean, me blasting them too with a combat shotgun didn't help. And that's pretty much it. So we brought the game down to its lowest possible state. So would I consider this playable? Would you consider Cyberpunk playable? The answer to both is no.